worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Hey, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you.
Richesse.
Worship you. You are here, mending
Mes amis,
every heart.
ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. You have reached Source of Information, the only place where you could get information about early retirement, which is what we are going to talk about today. More and more, there's more of you that are calling me and telling me that you want to retire early. And before, when I first started in this business, you come to me and said you want to retire early. Then I would take an application and send it to Social Security. And then you would come back to me later on and tell me that, well, for the amount of money that you're getting, it's not worth it. And by that time, it's too late for you to cancel the application. So now, as as we got older and wiser, so we've learned better how to advise you when it comes to that. So this is the topic today that we're going to discuss. And of course, as usual, we welcome any question, any feedback that you have. Today, I am in studio down Miami at 1580. So call now, 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So during the show, the line is wide open. You could call with your question regarding early retirement. Now, without further ado, we're going to start with that information. Early retirement. What's considered early retirement? Early retirement is when, first of all, the earliest you could take your retirement benefit is 3 months before 62. You turn 62 years old. Now, if you have received an estimate how much money that you'll be receiving, you have a better idea how much you will be receiving, and you could make a wiser decision. And I say a wiser decision because when you don't have a clue how much you're going to receive, then you can't make a decision and say, well, I'm going to take my retirement and hope that you're going to get a lot of money based on the amount of years that you work. Now, let me put it a different way for you. You could actually work 40 years and end up getting the same amount that somebody that worked 20 years have received. Let me rephrase it. Or let me say it again. You could work 40 years and someone else work 20 years and will get the same amount that you're receiving, if not more. The reason is because you've been working for 40 years, receiving average wage, whereas the person that worked for 20 years has been received well above average. So Social Security take about 6.5% from your gross income to contribute into Social Security. Your employer matched the 6.5, so a total of 13% goes into Social Security. So when you reach the age of retirement, that you could collect that money. Now, when you come to that time for you to collect, it's going to base the last 35 years that you worked, they're going to utilize that to determine how much you'll be receiving. That's why they send you an estimate amount that how much you'll be receiving, so that they could come to a conclusion how much your check's going to be on a monthly basis. Common question that I get is, will I get the rest of my money when I get reach my retirement, my full retirement age? And the answer is no, because the way they go about calculating it is that based on the amount of checks that you're going to be receiving, additional check that you'll be receiving, if you weren't taking your retirement early. So another way to explain that, if your full retirement age is 67, let's say you were going to receive 100 checks, and you receive, now you're going to receive the fact that you took it early. So now you're going 5 years early to be exact. So now you're going to receive 60 checks, a total of 160 checks now. So they're going to base that on, take a percentage of what it would be, the percentage would be. In this case, it calculated at 30%. And then they're going to deduct your payment by 30%. But in the same token, each year that you hold on that you didn't collect Social Security, that your benefits increase by 6.5%. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So it increased by 6.5%. Now, we before you make any decision about taking early retirement, we highly suggest that you do your research. Unfortunately, it's a research that I cannot do for you. But there's a way we actually can do. Is basically, and I'm not suggesting so everybody invade me now and for us to do that for you. But there is a way. If you open my account, an account with ssa.gov, now there are a procedure that you have to go through to get credentialed, I guess is the right word, to get credentialed, to make sure that you're who you said you are. And once you go through that process, then it'll tell you exactly how much you've contributed thus far, and give you an estimate when you reach your um, retirement 62, how much you would get if you decide to take it at 62, how much you would get if you decide to take it at 63, 64, 65. If you decide to wait at 66, how much? Wait till 66, how much it would be. If you decide to wait till 70, how much it will be, how much you would receive on a monthly basis. Do I suggest that you wait till 70? And it all depends. There's no right or wrong answer. If you take an individual, like I have some of my friends that were working on, whether it was the police department, a shout out to all my New York friends that were working, whether they were working with MTA, the mass transit, whether they was working with NYPD. These guys and ladies, or whether they was working for Department of Correction, these folks at this point, I think way before they reached retirement age, they decided to go because they worked 20, 25 years with that particular segment of um, of the government. So they automatically have their pension. So they're receiving pension. They decided to retire. They are receiving their pension, and they have no reason to wait for 70 because now, if they whatever they receiving at age 62 plus their pension, they have enough money that they could feel comfortable to live with. Now, not out of all my friends that I know, not every single one of them decided to take that route, but some have taken other route. So those are the things that you have to evaluate. If you're just going to depend on the Social Security income, then you have to reevaluate that. You really have to know how much you're going to receive, and from that point on, you could decide which way to go. Now we're going to go into some other more detail about early retirement because not everyone that takes the early retirement stop working. I think the vast majority of people that takes early retirement, they basically do it because they want to eliminate one job, or they may want to do it because they're afraid that they may not collect those benefits. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. Let me hear from you. So, if you decide to work and before you even go apply for retirement benefits, you decided, well, I'm going to take the retirement, but all of a sudden you find out, well, if I take the retirement at this age, what are the precautions? And if you're working and you make more than $23,400 per year, for every $2 that you make over that amount, they're going to hold $1 for you. So in other words, if you made $10,000 over that amount, so 33,400, so they're going to hold 5,000 for you. How do they hold the 5,000 for you? It's very simple. Let's say, for example, you would be getting $1,000 from Social Security. Well, the first 5 months you won't be receive a check. They're going to take that amount and put it back in your benefits. So remember, I said now you made 33,400. So when you take that 5,000 back onto it, put back onto it, it's 38,400. You are going to be taxed. The Social Security it's a form of tax. You are going to be taxed on based on 38,400. So they're going to take 6% of 38,400. That will consist of your contribution for that particular year. So is it a good idea? Well, it all depends again. So the next year they will write you actually at the beginning of the year and let you know that they made an error on the amount that you've been receiving, and so they will recalculate. They will recalculate the amount that you're receiving, and come up with a new amount for you. And they will tell you moving forward, this is the amount that you're going to be receiving. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. Now, should we take a quick break and hear what Alto Health is doing? We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. I want to keep you guys in tune of what's going on with Alto Health. Go ahead.
Nouvelle gaye, nouvelle tombe. Nou nan yon nouvo lokal ak yon nouvo nom ki se Alto Health. Alto Health toujou pi wo. Pasan yo se VIP e yo ap toujou rete VIP. Alto Health ap trete ou avec tout ken nou e avec respect. Doktor nou yo avec tout staff la mette ensemble pou yo ba ou yon soin eksepsyonel. Nou gen transportasyon, chauffeur nou yo se passe partout. Yo bral cherche ou, la ka ou e yap tan nou. Nous avons exercice, physicothérapie, docteur pied, cardiologue, avec un pilote spécialiste encore. Service accès, food stamp, Medicaid, Medicare, n'a aidé ou pour qu'avin citoyen américain sans ou pas payer rien. Alto Health là pour nous tendre ou les ou parler. Relais Gilbert Franklin à 954 667 48 85. 954 667 48 85 pour nous résoudre tout problème ou. Adresse nous c'est 4850 West Oakland Park Boulevard, Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, 33313. Alto Health rive côté l'autre pas qu'arriver.
Exactement. Alto Health goes higher than the others in terms of services, in terms of customer service, and in terms of benefits that you will receive from us when you come to this new center. So we look forward to having you. And if you want transportation to visit the clinic, call me at 954-667-4885, 954-667-4885. You know, we're going to come back and talk to you more about Alto Health in the new center. Yes, indeed, it's going higher where no one else have gone before. So we plan on really revitalize our services and provide a quality of care type of service to you. Okay. Again, the number to call me to get transportation to visit the clinic is 954-667-4885, 954-667-4885. Okay, we're going to continue with early retirement. So for every $2 that you make more, then they're going to hold $1 for you. I explained to you earlier how they're going to hold that money for you. And then the following year, they'll come back to tell you, well, we miscalculate your monthly payments, and now we're going to adjust your monthly payment. As of this date, this is the amount that it's going to be. So they're going to raise it up for you. Now, I had somebody in the office during the week, and when I went to check how much, when you reach the age of 65, because talking to him, and I was trying to guide him in a way whereas certain decision could help him make certain decision. And what I find out is that the when you reach right now, if for 2025, if you reach the age of 65, you when you reach the age of 65, it's no longer 50. I think it was 52,000. Well, right now it's 62,000. So at 62,000, basically you could work and make up to $62,000. They won't hold a penny for you. But if you go above 62,000, for every $3 you make above that, they will hold $1. That's only for the year that you become 66. So after that, once you become 67, then the sky is the limit. You could work as much as you want, make as much money as you can, and they won't hold any money for you. Now, at that stage, there's a lot of things that you have to consider. For example, making that much, you're definitely not eligible for Medicaid. You're definitely not eligible for food stamp. You're definitely not eligible for a meal card. So those are some of the things we consider. Now, some of you guys, I'm taking a side road now. Some of you are reluctant to pay the $185 for the premium Part B when you reach that that bracket income. I want to help you understand something. I feel it's a privilege, it's an honor that for anyone who have worked and managed to stay above the fray, above everybody else in terms of income, and I'm not going to hate. Well, I'm up there too. I'm not going to hate. But what it is that if you compare the benefits that you're receiving when you pay the $185, as opposed to going and don't listen to people that's telling you, oh, go take the give back plan, because the fact that you take the give back plan, the plan's going to pay a certain portion for you, and you're going to remain with, you're only going to pay $10, for example. What they're not telling you is that your hospitalization is going to be $200 per day for the first 7 days, or $150 per day for the first 7 days. Those are the things that you have to be concerned about. Are they telling you the truth? Or are they really looking out for their pocket? They just want to appease you, is the word I'm looking for, and put you in a plan that you're going to feel satisfied with, because you hear that there's more money staying in your pocket. But what they don't tell you is that down the line, if you get sick, you end up in the hospital, you're going to have more money coming out of your pocket, more than they're giving you. The day that they're giving you more than they're taking in, they'll kick you to the curb. Because the job of an insurance company is to make money. So you have to be very mindful of that. The plan is a give back plan. You have to be very careful what you're taking, what you're giving back. That's the bottom line. So, moving along. We mentioned about the $62,000. And for every $3 you make, it's an additional, they'll just hold $1 for you. we'll go back to the give back and other thing along with that. When you're not getting the proper information and the motive is more of making money as opposed to provide you with quality of care, quality benefits, it's really difficult for that person or the agent that's in front of you to do a proper job because the motive is not right. Now we're not throwing shade on all the agents. I've been with some agent that's really very ethical, very and they're trying to do well. Along the way, I would say since I've been in this business, lately I've been reminded how long I've been doing this, and it's the time went by so fast. This is going to make me 21 years of since I've been in this business. But I've met some great agents that's really looking out for the patients. You know, it goes beyond just reading a letter for them, and you guys should be doing that. Everything that's required for you to do for the patients, so that their time, during that time with the plan, with the clinic, with the doctor, that it becomes a memorable time. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. Okay, so 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So call now with your questions. Another topic that we want to address, disability. Recently, I've been getting quite a few disability applications, and it's really tough getting those applications because the disability application lasts about 45 minutes. Trying to do one yesterday, and with the way it was busy at the center, it took me about 45 minutes. It actually probably took me more because from time to time, having to leave my desk and go to attend to some situation that was happening in the clinic, and at the same time, make sure we have all the right information for this individual. So, disability, the definition of disability is when you are unable to continue the work that you accustomed of doing because of a sickness or an accident. Now, when you coming to me with that information, ooh, I forgot to call somebody. Okay. When you come to me with those information, anybody that's calling me right now, I'm asking you, call me at 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. I'm on air, or I will return your call later on, 305-945-1580. That's the number to call right now, or I'll call you later. Anyway, so be mindful that when you come to me to apply for disability benefits for you, you have to bring all the necessary documents. There's so many questions that they're going to answer. Remember, first of all, in order for you to be eligible for disability, you should have worked 10 years or plus or more in order for you to be eligible for disability. Now, of course, they're going to go through your medical record. They're going to go through, see what kind of medication you're taking. It's not something that anybody that's doing that application for you, they have to be mindful that the fact that any mistake that they make on that application could make a difference between you being approved and denied. So that's why we have to take our time making sure that the information that we put there is accurate and make sure we do a good job. What I like about disability is that the fact that once they approve you, it is retroactive. And what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, we put in an application in December 2024. And here we are in July 2025. You haven't received a notice from them. And at the beginning of July, you receive a letter to let you know that you're approved. Well, all the 7 months that your application was in their hands and they're trying to determine whether you're eligible or not, you will receive payments for all those 7 months. So they will call you. Well, they won't call you. They won't call you. They will write you and let you know you're approved and let you know here's the amount and let you know how much you're going to get up front. And they will let you know that your Medicare benefits for Part A and Part B you're eligible to receive it. But they'll let you know it's 24 months. And they will take those 7 months in consideration. So now you have 17 months left in order for you to start receiving Medicare and so Medicare. Now, every month, what they will do is every month what they will do is basically send you your payments. And when they give an increase, you will get an increase. And the increase that we're talking about is the cost of living adjustment. The cost of living, what they call in short COLA. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Because as we're moving along, it seems like we have more time for more information. And I think probably because I'm coming more direct to you. And the fact that you're not calling, tell me that you are taking that information in and you understand the information. You understand the information. 305-945-1580. 305-945-1580. 305-945-1580. So it's there for you. It's there for you to come in and utilize that information. So along with not only getting a check, you will be eligible to receive Medicare, Part A and Part B. You'll be eligible to get your prescription drugs plan along with that. You'll be eligible to join a Medicare Advantage plan. And at that particular time, your spouse and your children could participate on those benefits as well. And when we talk about your child and your wife could participate in those benefits, they basically not paying anything extra. Base, for example, if your spouse is at the age of retirement, she could get benefits off the spouse, the working spouse. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. The other option is like a few weeks ago, I received a call. A father that has a son that's underage. I believe that at that particular conversation, the son was about 3 years old. And my response to him is run down to the Social Security, start receiving benefits for this child, and then make sure that money goes straight into an account for that child. Now, same thing could have happened. The fact that you're receiving a disability, you could do that as well with the money. So the disability benefits, it's yes, could work towards that. And so many things. So many things. Now, your spouse could receive some benefits based off your disability benefits, not Medicare. They can receive Medicare if they are at the retirement age. If they're not, no. But when we do an application for disability, it takes some time. It takes some time. So 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. If you have any question for me, please call. What am I forgetting about disability? We could go more into it. There's certain sickness that automatically allow you for them to fast track the application. Let's put it this way. For example, if you have end-stage renal disease. So a lot of you probably know end-stage renal disease by a person that goes for dialysis on a regular basis 2 times or 3 times a week. That's is a tough pill to swallow, and those individuals usually get their application fast tracked because the last question they ask you, if the sickness that you have could result in the person's death. So if you respond yes, then automatically it directs you to call Social Security immediately. And you'll get an agent on the phone and they'll fast track that application for you. Three 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So they'll fast track that. Heart attack, heart failure, muscular disease. There's ALF, not ALF. I forgot, but there's several heart disease, end-stage renal disease, arthritis. arthritis is one one diagnosis that will allow them to fast track your application. And we said allow. We're not talking about where we are falsifying the information, because they have to sit down with you, do an interview with you, and actually check to see if you really have a disability. So we'll go into disability more. I think in the weeks to come, what kind of sickness that would cause you to receive disability. Stroke is one, and as we sit here, some of it could just start coming back to us on the research we've done on disability. But we'll come back at a later date and really solely concentrate on disability, how you could get it, and why you should get it. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So we cover disability. Why don't we have a conversation about SSI? It's interesting that a lot of people that I've encountered are still melancholy. Well, the word just came out of my mouth as soon as it came out of my mind. And melancholy. Well, I forgot the word. Nevertheless, a lot of our people still want to go back to Haiti, or still hoping to go back. And the people that I'm referring to, the people that are eligible to receive SSI. But and when you sit down and talk to them, I could understand them. I could understand their logic, why they want to do, why they're still thinking that way. But for now, you could start receiving SSI. And when you're traveling, and if you expect to do more than the 30 days that they're asking, then before you leave, you could go to the Social Security Bureau and ask them to discontinue your benefits. They will discontinue the benefits for that period of time. And when you come back, you could go back and ask them to reinstate your benefits. Because when they call you back for an interview, they will definitely ask you to bring your passport. And the first thing that they're going to do is open it up, go to those pages, and see what's the length of time that you spend in Haiti. I believe that when you apply for SSI, they distinctly told you that. And a lot of people tell you, oh, well, no, I don't remember them telling me. They did tell you. You just, at that time, was not considering none of these options. Because if you were to consider it, then you would come to the conclusion that there's no need for me to take those benefits. There's some people, when I sit down and interview them, and as soon as I told them the amount of days, and some of them, they already know. And as soon as I explained it to them, then they said, no, I can't do that right now because I have planned to go back to Haiti. And when I go to Haiti, I'm spending three months at a time. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So the SSI, the rule for SSI is as follows. If you're eligible for SSI, you cannot spend more than, I will say 29 days. 29 days outside of the United States. So you cannot have over, as an individual, $2,000 in the bank. As a couple, $3,000 in the bank. So you cannot have you cannot spend more than 29 days in Haiti or outside of the United States, any other country. You cannot have more than $2,000 or $3,000 as a couple in the bank. And if there's any change, sudden change that happened, you have to report them within 10 days. Now, there's so many people that I know, they they may have a change. They don't report it. I suggest that you call me. Let's have that conversation, one-on-one, and we could determine what's the best plan of action for you. You need to report it. If, for example, what do you report? I remember many years ago, a gentleman asked me this question and said to me that he's only renting a room from this individual. Does he need to report any change that happens in that individual's life as well? My response to them was, no, you're only responsible for the area you're living in. Qui veut dire que you're not responsible for another person's, if they don't report the change that's happening in their life. So if you're just renting a room, you're only responsible for your room. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So you want to only concentrate on reporting your action or non-action. So, but if you married someone and even if they're receiving SSI, well, let's just hope that the application went in before you guys got married. Because anything afterward, that dynamic going to change. That dynamic going to change. So you need to report any change that's made. You need to make sure that the income level that's required stays at that level. You know, out of all the benefits, when it comes down to cost of living adjustment, that's the only area that's remained stagnant ever since I could remember. That doesn't change. It stays the same. It stays the same. It's still 2,000 for individual. It's still 3,000 for a couple. We also question, why is it that I think it's 1,600 for the couple, and 967, I believe it is right now, for an individual. They don't do anything with with the calculation with the new information they receive. So they will go higher with the monthly income, and it absolutely make no sense to me, because if you're receiving 967, very close to 1,000, and if you go 2 months not receiving anything, or not depositing, not taking out anything out of it, then you might be in trouble. Then you have going to have to force um, to show proof and reason why that the money is still there. Well, the time is just about up for us. We're going to play that spot for you one more time, and then we're going to turn it over to the switchboard so they could get ready for the next show. So, tout zanmim ki pale kreol yo, stay tuned. Prochaine émission sans créole la fête. So I'll see you guys soon.